Welcome back, Portal Masters. SCL Matt here for some more live auctions tonight. Should be another exciting week like last week. Hopefully, we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, that's what we're here to do, and that's what I am planning on doing tonight for the next hour or so. And I'm glad to have you here with me. So we already got a bunch of people in the house, it looks like. Martin, Chaotic, Troy, Biggie John, welcome. Ham Hands, joining live from a high school football game. Whatever works, man. Whatever works. YouTube God, Gondo, glad to have you all here. So let me pull up the auctions actually. Falling a bit behind here, it looks like. Tom, welcome. Glad to see you. So let's toss our auctions over here on the other screen where I usually have them. So I'm not too thrown off. But yeah, good stuff at the auctions tonight, I think. I'm excited for it. I hope you're excited. We'll go through them quickly here. I think we got bids on just about everything already. Actually, yes, we do have bids on everything. So that's kind of cool. So we have the damaged Tough Luck at $11. We have the damaged Barbella at $30.50. It's a little high, but we had one of these a couple weeks ago as well. One of the damaged Barbellas that went for way more than I thought it would. I don't have an explanation. Did Barbella all of a sudden get really hard to find? I don't know. A damaged Hammer Slam Bowser, missing the hammer there. Currently going for $5. Griffin Park Observatory, missing that antenna, going for $7. Love Potion Pop Fizz at $9. With the damaged box. Splatter Splasher with the damaged box, going for $8.50. Legendary Bone Bash Roller Brawl with the damaged box at $13. Master Eon's official guide for Swap Force. A lot of interest in that already. Up at $16.50. $16.50 on that one. The Trap Team Strategy Guide at $5. We got Trigger Snappy in the original packaging there. Didn't actually come with a box or anything, so it's just the little plastic bag that it came in. Currently at $8. The Sky Stones, complete set of Sky Stones, currently going for $21. We got the Giants starter pack, the 3DS starter pack, which the Walmart exclusive version of the 3DS starter pack, which includes that glow in the dark portal. That's what we're going after here. All that stuff. Currently going for $24. We got a Trap Team trap box. Those trap cases. This one, it does have a little bit of damage to it, but it does have the alternate picture on there. Has the like black and white photograph of the villains at Wolfgang's, as opposed to just basically a map of all the villains and where they go down below. So that's currently going for $27. We have Snowbright Stormblade, new in box there, currently up to $150.50. And then our Japanese Stealth Elf already up to 81. So there's our top two items. We'll follow them for sure and see what goes on. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on. All right. Brazilian guy, when will Lobstar Winterfest Lobstar be restocked? As with any item, you can fill in the blank. When will blank be restocked? I can't give you an exact time or day or anything. It's not like I'm just ordering these figures from a warehouse and saying, yeah, give me more Winterfest Lobstars. I'm out. That's not how it works. I'm just buying big lots of stuff from eBay, Facebook, private lots, and whatever I get is what I get. I don't have full control over that, so I can't tell you when any particular figure is going to be back in stock. Martin, I think there was one that went unsold this week. I think it was Dive Clops, maybe? Was there? I think it was Dive Clops. We sold 5 of 6, but yeah. Yeah, Skylander Gamer TV, welcome, and yes, big win against the Bucks last Sunday. For those who don't know, I'm a huge Packers fan, and that win over the Bucks, we needed that. We needed that. I mean, their team was dealing with a lot of injuries and suspensions, um, so that certainly helped. So it would have been extra disappointing if we lost that game. Thankfully, we did not lose that game. It was close, but thankfully we didn't lose it. Um, YouTube God, I have not seen your channel per se. I can check it here. I'll even make myself a note. If I don't make myself a note, I never remember to check these things out. What's the name of your channel, or is it YouTube God 63? I'm just gonna write that down for now and until you tell me different. But um, I can look into it, especially if it's Skylanders content. But 300 subs, congratulations! That's huge for any channel. People struggle to get 100, so 300 is nothing to scoff at. Chris, Fight for Skylands, Game and Thunder, welcome, welcome, welcome. Auctions are going nuts. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's good stuff here tonight. It's good stuff. Yeah, Fight for Skylands. I've learned a lot of people didn't know the glow in the dark portals existed. I knew they existed. I just never really had my hands on them until recently, and now we got some for sale. So there you go. There you go. Yes, chaotic. I hope everybody's safe from the hurricane. I've checked in with the few folks I know that are in Florida, and they're doing all right. Some of them completely missed the hurricane, and some of them dealt with a couple power outages, but they're doing all right. So, but anybody else, if anybody needs help, let us know. Um, Ooh, you're able to go to AT&T Stadium to see Bengals versus Cowboys. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. That I mean, the Bengals this year though, they're a little questionable. Work in progress, if anything, which is weird coming off of being a Super Bowl team. Like, you don't usually expect that. All right. Um, my opinion on Eon being a playable character. You know how much of a stretch it was to make Chaos a playable character? Like, as fun as it would be to have like an Eon figure, unless they got really creative with the storyline, like I don't think I want Eon to be playable. Like I don't think it makes sense. I don't think no. I mean, like I said, unless they get really, really creative and do something I'm not thinking of, um, I don't think I want Eon to be playable. All right. Kitty, welcome. Shadow Wolf, welcome, welcome. Steven, I'm not a huge fan of college football. I'll watch it, but my thing with college is it's hard to root for, it's hard for me to root for the team as a whole because like I- by the time you get to know the players, they're gone. Like they're there for a year or two, four tops, and like they're there and gone. Whereas like a pro team, Aaron Rodgers we've had for 17, 18 years. Like I can get to know my guys and get behind them, and there's some continuity there, and that's really hard to do in college. So I mean, yeah, I'll root for the Badgers, sure. I'll watch a game if it's on TV, no problem with that. But do I consider myself a fan of college football? Probably not. Have I ever been to Lambeau? Oh yeah, yeah. I've been to Lambeau many times. Um, I don't have an exact number. It's probably eh, between like 5 and 10 games at Lambeau. Call it a half dozen, something like that. And that's not including like the family night games. But yeah, I've been to a few. It's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah, Biggie John, exactly. Eon would be OP God mode. I mean, I don't know. Like it could be a fun little different mode, sure. But like then would that necessitate actually making a figure? You have to buy this like $100 figure to unlock God mode. There you go. I don't know. I don't know. What does the glow in the dark portal look like? So the glow in the dark portals look almost identical, except the gray portion is a little bit more transparent. Like it's a little bit see through. Like it definitely looks different. Um, and obviously, if you turn the lights off, it's gonna glow. But um maybe I'll have to make a video about that because there seems to be a lot of questions about the glow in the dark portals. People that didn't know they existed, don't know what to look for. Um, but and they also have a little bit of a different texture because they have like the glow stuff that they put on there. Like it gives it a different texture, kind of. Um, but yeah, yeah, I'll think about making a video about that. I don't know how else to explain it because like they really don't look that much different. Like just if you're just glancing at them, you probably wouldn't notice unless you know what you're looking for. Chris, the most OP Skylander. That's a good question. I've never really thought about it. Um, I mean, I have my favorites, and probably part of the reason and they're my favorites is they're strong. But I mean, I don't know that there's really too many that are OP though. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. And I mean, it's going to vary from game to game because the characters are always strongest in the game they were released with. So that kind of changes things. Um, on being figure, NPC characters like to have its character. Yeah. So like, I've always thought it would be fun to have some more of the Mabu, like Arbo or Blobbers, stuff like that. Like, characters that come back a few times that we get to talk to from time to time. Like personally, I don't want like Flynn or even Callie or Tessa or any of those that the more main characters like that. Like I wouldn't want them. I would want a little bit more background characters, like I said, like Arbo or Blobbers or something like that that just pop up from time to time. But yeah. Duh, duh, duh. My collection is very impressive. I I wouldn't call my collection impressive. Well, actually, not any collection that I've posted online. Um, I'm building up the collection again. There are people who definitely have better collections than I do, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Told you when I hit 5K subs here on YouTube, we'll do a collection update video so people can see what's going on. Skylander gamer, yeah. I college football that's another thing, right? Is like they don't have solid like divisions and conferences. Like I know they do have conferences technically, but I hate that, yeah, when you get to the end of the year and they try to do this playoffs thing and like every team is undefeated. I'm like, that can't work. Like there's no way that should work. That means they obviously didn't play each other during the season. And so why is there this playoff between teams who never played each other? I it it doesn't make sense to me. Like, yeah, maybe if there were a different format or something, it could be better to watch, but it's weird. Steven, that's interesting. I I might have to check him out because I'm a Packer fan and I actually love Disney World as well. Um, so thank you for the recommendation because I go to the parks about 3 times a year. So that's fantastic. All right. What else we got here? Got a lot of comments going on. Gonna have to catch up on these. Actually, here before we get back into the chat, let's take a look at the auctions and see how we're doing here. We're about 13 minutes away from our first auction ending. So let's take a look at them in order of how they're ending tonight. Once my page reloads, it's being really slow tonight. Not entirely sure why. Okay, here we go. So the first auction to end tonight is going to be that Sidekick Trigger Snappy. So the Sidekick, the green base Trigger Snappy in its original packaging, is currently going for $8. Then at 7:35, we'll have the Sky Stones, that complete set of Sky Stones, currently at 21. 7:40 is the Walmart exclusive 3DS starter pack that has the glow in the dark portal that we've been talking about, currently at 24. 7:45 is the Trap Team Trap Box with the alternate image, currently at 27. 7:50 is Snowbright Stormblade at 150. 7:55 then is everything else we got going on. So the Damaged Tough Luck at 11, Damaged Barbella at 30, 50, Damaged Hammer Slam Bowser at 5, Damaged Griffin Park Observatory at 7, Damaged Box. So these just the box are damaged, not the figures themselves. Love Potion Pop Fizz at 1050. Splatter Splasher at 850. Legendary Bone Bash Roller Brawl. Fantastic figure there. At 13. Master Eon's official guide for Swap Force at 1650. The Trap Team Strategy Guide at 650. And then at 8 o'clock, we'll have that Japanese Stealth Elf, which is currently still sitting at $81. $81. All right. Back to the chat. What we got going on? Yeah, Gearless Joe. That there are a lot of figures that have numbers and stuff on them. Most of them, like said, are just more well hidden than the one on Robot. I just feel it's really weird the placement of the one on Robot, and that's kind of why I was wondering, like, if it's something special or something like that. But it doesn't really seem to be anything special, and I can't find any correlation between them. So, um, it was a cool thing to look at, but yeah, there are tons of like I would say if we looked hard enough and disassembled figures, like every figure is going to have numbers on them like that. That's just how they make action figures like that. Magic Chuck, I mean, I don't think anyone here is specifically selling yawn traps. I may know some people who are selling them, but I mean, they're charging an arm and a leg. So if you're willing to pay that, yeah, we like there's probably some listed on eBay as well. But if you want to pay a decent price, I don't know anyone selling any right now. Ooh, Stealth Elf is OP tier. That's possible. That's very possible. Is Snowbright Stormblade the cheapest employee variant out there? I would say no. I've always kind of thought, which one is it? Which one is it? Um, 'Cause, well, maybe. Like I've seen it go both ways. Like I used to think like Dash was more common than Snowbright Stormblade, but I think the lack of popularity with superchargers might have hurt Stormblade. Like that's my guess. Like that's the only thing I can come up with because it's one of the best looking figures out there. Um, yeah, cheapest employee variant, not Giants. Swap Force was Dash. Trap Team. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say cheapest because those prices fluctuate so much too. They can really change a lot from time to time. Um, Pac-Man, what do you got going on here? Crazy hypothetical. Master Chief of Mail. Ability to reset. Sacrifice the ability to reset creation crystals if you're given an exclusive free in-game variant and figure of Orange Tree Rex from Activision. You cannot buy another way to reset creation crystals, but you'd be the only person with Orange Tree Rex. That's interesting. So are you saying I get a exclusive one of one in-game variant, but I have to sacrifice the ability to reset creation crystals? So for me personally, just as a collector, absolutely I would do that. I would 100% do that. Um, as a shop owner who offers reset crystals, I don't think I would want to give up that ability unless like my employees could still reset crystals. Like, is that a loophole? Um, yeah, but just like as a collector, would I give up the ability to reset creation crystals for a exclusive one of one in-game variant? Yes, I would. Absolutely. Do I think the Vikings have a chance to win the NFC North? Nope. Yeah, the Vikings are not going to win the North. Um, I, I, I wouldn't say I believe in curses, but yes, the Packers do not play well in Week 1. I mean, you look at this year, you look at last year when they got blown out 34-3 against the Saints, and the Saints didn't turn out to be anything special. Um, so yeah, we just struggle Week 1. That's all it is. That's all it is. We're fine. We're gonna win. We're gonna win the North. We don't currently deliver to England. Not directly, but I do have people in here. Martin, if you're still here, I know you've used Stackery, third party service. You can use, you sign up with Stackery and get a US based address. So you can use that to purchase from my site. I ship to them to that address and they forward the package on to you. So that's always an option. I'm looking into other international shipping options slowly. Like I said, it'll be completely experimental when I do. Canada will be the first country I go to. UK would probably be second on the list, but I mean if things don't work out with Canada, I'm not expanding. So, um no guarantees I get to direct international shipping, but that is something that I'm looking at. Chaotic. I reached out to my source with the LG bundles, and they're looking into it. We kind of stalled out there for a couple of weeks, um, but I don't have any updates, unfortunately. I'll try to stay on top of it though. See if we can get something about that. Um, who's my favorite? Camo. Camo is absolutely my favorite. My least favorite was Firecracken, but Gear Shift and Zap. Ooh, no, Zap is actually quite high on my list. But yeah, whatever works for you. Everybody's gonna have their different favorites and favorites and least favorites. That's how it works. Joseph, things are going well. It has been a while since we've seen you. The shop's doing well. Um, yeah, you can always check the front page of SCL to see how the orders are going. So you can tell from that order number things are going well. Sevenfold, I haven't finalized my holiday deals, but I uh that was more the title was more a reference to Snowbright Stormblade there. If you want to get your holiday shopping started. Uh but we will have some Black Friday deals coming up in a couple months and we'll have some I saw Amazon Prime was starting holiday stuff in October. And I'm like, no, too early for that. So yeah, we'll have some stuff later on in the season for sure. Ooh, just bought the SSA bundle. Awesome. Awesome. Glad to hear it. I think that's one of the more underrated bundles out there. Not a lot of people look at that one, but awesome. Glad you got it. Is there a Skylander that I want that's not in my collection? Absolutely, there's. I'm still hunting plenty of Skylanders, but I mean, Orange Chain Reaction is high on that list partly because I used to have him and made the mistake of selling him. Don't sell your Skylanders, folks. Don't do it. Ooh, Fight for Skylands first bid on an auction. Nice, nice. Pac-Man, yes, there we go. The employees can still reset the crystals. I like it. I like it. Then yes, I'd absolutely trade up that ability. Chaotic, what am I drinking? This is Sprecker's cream soda. Milwaukee-based company. I believe it is nationwide nowadays, but good old Wisconsin cream soda. I mean, they started with root beer, but yeah. What else we got going on? Actually, we're at 7:30. That's what we got going on. Time is flying tonight, folks. And that's because of you in the chat. That's what makes this night fly by. So Sidekick Trigger Snappy did get a few more bids in there and went for $13. So that sealed Trigger Snappy goes for 13, and we are 5 minutes away from the complete set of Sky Stones. Currently at 25.50. 25.50 for the Sky Stones 5 minutes ago. 10 minutes away then from the starter pack with the glow in the dark 3DS portal. So that's at 24.50. Then at 7:45 we'll have the trap box currently at 30.50. 7.50 is Snow Bright Stormblade up at 150.50. I'm not seeing a whole lot of movement on these other items. So we'll skip them for now. And then, of course, at 8 o'clock, we'll have our Japanese Stealth Elf still sitting at 81. All right. Da, da, da. This is interesting. Yeah. When they first came out, your boss owned a mom and pop game store. Are these worth taking trades? Yeah. I mean, those are questions you got to ask when you're a store owner for sure. It's hard to tell with new product. Yeah, surfs. I would agree. Yeah. So I recently acquired just this past year the Prison Break Employee Edition. Turns out I got it from an employee. That's actually where I got most of my employee editions were directly from this employee. Um, so that was kind of cool. But do I have the glow in dark Fright Rider? Yes, yes, I do. I do. I do indeed. New to the SCL shop. Welcome, Leo. Any updates on some Trap Masters? So, I mean, we get Trap Masters in every week. Like seriously. The shop updates every Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. We get Trap Masters in every single week, but they're almost always the first thing to sell out. I mean, it depends a little bit how many we get in, and that changes from week to week. I can't guarantee any specific number, but Trap Masters are one of the most popular items, and they're one of the first things to sell out every week. And so if you show up on Sunday or Monday after the update, there's a very good chance they're sold out. If you really, really, really want Trap Masters, I highly recommend you're there on Saturday, if at all possible, right away at 1 o'clock at the update time. That's going to be your best chance to get your hands on some Trap Masters. So, I mean, once again, like I said, we get them every week. Yes, we will have more this week. I just can't guarantee how long they're going to last. Um, so yeah, yeah. Saturday is your best bet. I like that. Buy your own birthday and Christmas presents. I mean, the other thing you can do is if you want other people to buy them for you, they can just buy you gift cards. We do sell SCL gift cards. They're all digital, so they'll need your email address or whatever so they can send it to you. But I've had parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, whatever, just friends even sometimes I think, purchase gift cards for other people, and, they leave them little happy birthday messages or whatever. So that's another way to go about it if you don't wanna spend your own money. Steven, good question. From collector standpoint, is it smart to get as many imagination figures as possible now? Seems like prices are already pretty high. Do you think the price will continue to trend upward? So my current stance on this, and this isn't just Imaginators really, it's most figures. That there may be a couple exceptions, but most figures. I don't think prices are coming down anytime soon. I think that prices are only going to continue to rise. If we get an announcement of a remaster or a new game or anything Skylanders related, I think they're going to skyrocket. I do. I think the price are just gonna go through the roof. Um, like, even if like I said, even if it's just a remaster of the first game even, um, I think it's just gonna be a renewed interest in Skylanders, and people are gonna wanna get their hands on things. And so that's gonna drive the demand through the roof, and that's gonna make everything harder to get. Um, the only way I see prices coming down right now is if there's a mass chip failure for some reason, which isn't gonna happen. Like, there's not gonna be a day when just, like, all the figures stop working. So, but that's what I'm saying, like, that's the only thing I can see happening that would currently cause these figure prices to drop. So I think they're only gonna continue to go up, and like we've hit our low point, and now they're collector's items. Now people are, there's people coming back to it, and like I said, if there's any announcement of new games or new Skylanders stuff at all, um, prices aren't coming down. So that's my thought. That's my thought. Like I said, that's my opinion. So it's there's no guarantees there either, but that's my thought process behind it. All right, we're past 7:35. Whoa. Wowzers. Okay. The Sky Stones were supposed to end at 7:35, but they are in overtime. So, for anybody who is new to the auctions, which I think we have a few people here who are new tonight, we run what we call soft close auctions. So, there's no sniping like on eBay. If you place a bid within the last minute of an auction, it actually adds another minute to the timer. And so that's what's happened right now with these Sky Stones, currently going for $60.50, 60.50. Um, but they are in their second overtime, it looks like right now, possibly more by now. Um, but if you go look at that auction note, it'll say down on the bottom like this auction is in overtime, and now they're up to 71.50 going into their third overtime. A lot of bidders on this tonight. So we'll see how that one goes. But keep in mind, we're only 2 minutes away from the end of the 3DS starter pack with that glow in the dark portal, still sitting at 24.50. And then about 7 minutes away from the trap box, currently at $33. So don't miss out on those either. But this is what we're here to watch, folks. This is why we watch them, because exciting things like this happen. Um, why is a Tough Luck's box hanger different than Thunderbolts? I'm not sure exactly which box you're. Oh, yeah, yeah. So that's actually shortcut back there, but the double hanger on there just means it came from Europe. They use that double hook on there. So that's the basically the North American box versus the European box. Just came from a different region. That's all it is. Yeah, I wouldn't drink beer on stream. I don't run that kind of stream. So yes, it is a glass bottle, but it is 100% cream soda. All right. Um, we got a lot of good questions going on in the chat, and I want to get to them, but I also want to keep an eye on these auctions. See what's going on here. So the Sky Stones is still going up to $82 on the Sky Stones. We've sold Sky Stones for a lot before, but this is the highest they've ever gone, I think. But like I said, there are, it looks like 6 unique people bidding on this auction tonight, at least. Um, so we'll keep an eye on that. The 3DS starter is also in overtime, currently at 26. The trap box is at 37. So a lot of good, like I said, a lot of good items here in a short period of time. And with the overtime, they're starting to overlap. So keep an eye on all of that if you're interested in anything. And then we're only 10 minutes away from Snowbright Stormblade, currently at 150 there. Okay. What I say is the worst selling figure, both in store and in my shop. I in stores, I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. In my shop, this is just a pure guess based on quantity I have laying around. It might be Whirlwind. Whirlwind might be one of the toughest ones to move, unfortunately. I have a lot of Whirlwind. Um, but that, like I said, that's just a guess. I don't know for sure. Coda Crew won Trigger Snappy. Congratulations. Awesome. 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 Um, ooh, if I could have a one of a kind crystal lobstar or a snowflock crypt king, lobstar. Yeah, yeah. I like lobstar more, and I think I think crystal lobstar would look better than snowflock crypt king. That's me. That's me. One of the few that play on Xbox One. I mean, I'm a PlayStation guy. I stay away from Xbox, but there are plenty of people that play on Xbox. I know that because they keep buying the games and the portals when I get them. So, yeah, Chris, we're way past $60 now. Let's see, has this auction ended now? I think the first time I sold the complete set of Sky Stones, it went for about $60. So this one sets a new record here. Sky Stones has ended at $85. $85 for the complete set of Sky Stones. So congratulations to whoever won that. Um, and we still got the Glow in the Dark Portal starter pack in overtime at $29. And we're coming up on the end of the trap box, which is currently up to 45. So a lot of movement on these here. Gondo got Sky Stones. Congratulations. Congratulations indeed. What are the Sky Stones? So, I mean, the Sky Stones are. Hold on, hold on. I have some out of the box. So these were they just came in cereal boxes. So they're 4 little sets, box sets, and they contain cards like these. So um they're just like in the game. They have the pictures of, an enemy on it with the little spikes on the sides, and you play them next to each other, and then, when you claim it, if you're red or blue, you flip it to the different side. And yeah, that's all there is to it really. But they have different collectible ones, like you can get the big villains. These cards are a little bit sparkly. I don't know if you can really see that on camera, but they got some sparkle to them. But yeah, like I said, there's 4 different sets, and you can play the game essentially like you would against the computer, except you could play against a friend. So there you go. Yeah, yeah. It's the in real life game version of that game. All right. How are these auctions doing? We were looking at the Giants starter is still going at 31, and the trap box is now in overtime, currently at 60-50. 60-50. So that one doesn't surprise me as much. I know that alternate image on that trap box got a lot of people excited. We haven't seen that one in a while. Um, Ham Hands, no, you have not missed Griffin Park yet. That one's still going. We got about 10 minutes left on that auction. That should end at 7:55. Um, but yeah, yeah, go for it. Check it out. All right. So yeah, to give you an update on the rest of those, we got, like I said, in overtime right now, 2 things that going in overtime. The Giant starter with the glow in dark portal at 31. Actually, let me nope, don't do that. Refresh. Thank you. Tried to refresh the wrong window. That would have been disastrous. And you get the wonderful blue screen of death. All right. Come on. Come on. Internet's being slow tonight. Everybody's bidding on the auctions, I guess. All right. The starter pack is still going at $33.50. The trap box is in overtime as well at $63. We're about 4 minutes away from the end of Snowbright Stormblade at $150.50. Then everything then's supposed to end at $755. We have that Damaged Tough Luck at 11, Damaged Barbella at 36, Hammerslam Bowser at 1050. Griffin Park Observatory has one bid at $7. That's one you're looking for, Ham Hands. So you do have a little bit of competition, it looks like. But Love Potion Pop Fizz in the damage box at 1050. Splatter Splasher in the damage box at 850. Legendary Bone Bash Roller Brawl at 13. Master Eon's official guide for Swap Force at 1650. The Trap Team Strategy Guide at 650. And then at 8 o'clock, we'll have that Japanese Stealth Elf, which is currently listed at 81. So got that going on. What do you got here? Do you think if Toys for Bob released an update where senseis could play in Superchargers, it would help sales? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That would we've talked about that before. If they just released a new game where you could play with figures from all 6 games, like they didn't come out with any new characters, like I think that would sell. So yeah, I mean, would that mean they would re-release Superchargers? I don't know. I don't know. Coda, you think Barbella might go into overtime? It's always possible. Always possible. Troy, you got it. Friday night, SCL chat. It's the place to be. The place to be. Found the Golden Queen Rage Mage. Nice. Got a few more to go. All right. Did the auctions end yet? 2 of them could have, but they could go into another round of overtime. Who knows at this point? They're still going. All right, the Giant starter pack is at $40.50. The trap box is at $75.50. The trap box has a lot of people bidding on it. Like sometimes it's just 2 people going back and forth, but not in this case. In this case, there are a lot of unique bidders, and that's certainly not helping the folks trying to win it. Got a lot of competition. All right. Oh, Courtney. Sorry, man. I guess tonight just not your night. But thanks for playing. Andy, and that's what I say about characters and games and everything. Everybody's going to be somebody's favorite. Every character is going to be somebody's favorite. Every game is going to be somebody's favorite. It's just not my favorite. So, yeah, that's great. I'm glad you love Superchargers. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there like you who do love it, and there are probably some people who are afraid to say it is their favorite because the majority of fans, at least the vocal, it might be a vocal minority actually, but people just kind of bash it, and so no one wants to come up and say, "Yeah, I love it." Yeah, um, but yeah, I'm glad you like it. All right. Ooh, Fight for Skylands, congrats. that auction ended. So yeah, that one goes for 40.50. Congratulations on the win. That's awesome. Courtney, yeah, yeah, I'll let you know if we pull some more. We still got the okay. So Snowblight Stormblade ended right on time. No overtime there. That ended at 150.50, which doesn't surprise me. That was already pretty high. But the trap box is still going, in its sixth overtime at $77. So now we're also only 4 minutes away from everything else ending. Tough luck at 11. That Barbella, that Coda, and somebody else is vying for over there at 39.50. Hammerslam Bowser at 10.50. Griffin Park at 7. Love Potion Pop Fizz at 10.50. Splatter Splash at 8.50. Legendary Bone Bash Roller Brawl up to 16.50. There we go. There's some movement there. Master Eon's official guide for Swap Force at 16.50. Trap Team Strategy Guide at 11. And then our Japanese Stealth Elf still sitting at 81, but we'll see if it stays there. Judging by everything else tonight, it might not. The Trap Team box goes for 77. There we go. There we go. That ended. Chaotic, thank you. Yes, there you go. SCL Platinum and YouTube memberships. Yes, YouTube memberships are fantastic. If you just want to support me for a simple, $3 or I think is the lowest plan there. Will always be appreciated. And you can get that little logo next to your name. You get the special emojis. If any of my YouTube members want to show off the SCL emojis in there. I think with like one or two more members, we can actually add a few more emoji. So that'd be cool. Sonia, welcome. Yeah, haven't seen you in a while. My holiday was great. Yeah, got to go down to Florida before the hurricane hit, so that was cool. Yeah. Gondo, going for the trap box as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Skystones got up there, spent your money. I get it. I understand. There you go. There'll always be more. Martin, and that may be it. It may be a regional thing. That may be where these alternate boxes are coming from, that they're imports. I've always kind of wondered, I didn't think it was a store exclusive or anything. Like the trap box itself, I think was a store exclusive at Toys R Us for us in the US at least. So yeah, I I don't know. I don't know. Here in the US, where the majority of my customers and bidders are from, uh, that case is definitely the harder one to find. Yeah, chaotic. That's I think what Martin is saying. Uh, it sounds regional for sure. Sonia, I Skylanders on NFC cards. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's, I mean, it's essentially a counterfeit figure. That that's all it is, right? They're copying the work of art and selling it. It's a counterfeit. That yeah, I don't like it. I don't buy them. I won't sell them. No, not for me. Fight for Skylands. Have a good night. Kobe, welcome. All right, 7:55 is here. Let's see if any of these auctions actually ended. All right, most of them did. Barbella is still going. So Tough Luck ends at 11. Barbella is still going at 49.50. We got a fight going on there. Um, Hammer Slam Bowser ended at 10.50. Griffin Park ended at 7. Love Potion Pop Fizz at 10.50. Splatter Splash at 8.50. Ooh, Legendary Bone Bash Roller Brawl is still going in overtime at 22. Master Eon's official guide ended at 16.50. The Trap Team strategy guide ended at 15. And just keep in mind, we are 4 minutes away from that Japanese Stealth Elf, which is currently at 81. So we have Barbella, Legendary Bone Bash Roller Brawl, and Stealth Elf still going. And they're still going. Barbella's up to 51. And Legendary Bone Bash Roller Brawl at 23.50. So there we go there. Yeah, chaotic. I'm with you there. I'm pretty sure it's illegal. But yeah, that's that's why I stay away from them. All right. We have a plea. We have a plea from the Coda crew. Please give up. Please give up on the Barbella. But this is interesting. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I can't even guarantee that whoever's bidding is in the chat, so I don't know that they'll see that. But what do we got? Do we have the end of an auction? Or do we have more overtime? Barbella's at 52.50. Roller Brawl's at 25. Both of them still going. We are 3 minutes away from Stealth Elf, who is moving up. 87.50 on Stealth Elf. 87.50. All right. So keep an eye on those. Courtney, chaotic, I'm with you there. Mike annoyed. Part of me wonders if that's where he got the name. Mike annoyed. But no, I have not seen Mike tonight. If he's here, he's not made himself known. But could be. Yeah, Kobe, you got your golden hot streak. Awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful. It absolutely is. That's a great looking figure for sure. Yeah, there's a good way of looking at it. You wouldn't steal a car. Why would you download a Skylander? It's piracy. Yeah, and you don't get a cool figure. Yep. I gotcha. Courtney, that was exactly my first thought was that was like an autocorrect or a voice to text thing. Yeah, they're not gonna get Mike annoyed, but Mike annoyed. I like it. Gonna have to leave that as a comment on his next video or something. All right, what do we got going on? Barbella's still going at 56.50. Roller Brawl's still going at 28. And Stealth Elf is up to 115. 115. So we officially have overtime on that as well. This may be a record for most auctions in overtime in 1 week. I've never counted how many before, but this feels like a record. Oh, Coda won? You won? Congratulations. 56.50 for the damaged Barbella. Awesome. Well fought. You stuck with that one for sure. Um, so Roller Brawl at 29.50 and Stealth F at 115.50. Lots of stuff there. Lots of stuff. So Chris, I would love to see Lego do Skylanders. I think they're gonna have a tough time with it because Mega Bloks had the Skylanders license. And I don't know if they'll hand out the license to competing companies like that. Now, that being said, I don't know if there was a limit to that contract, if that contract is up. Um, if it was a year by year thing, if down the road now Lego would take a look at it. Without Skylanders being an active franchise, I don't think Lego would touch it, unfortunately. Like they may do something with Spyro, but I think that's probably the closest we would get to Skylanders. But yeah. Courtney, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Um, Martin, I don't know if it was 601 yet. I haven't gotten to test that yet. I still have some testing to do after the stream tonight, and testing the vehicles will be part of that. All right. Ooh, Coda walking away with a lot tonight. Barbella, Bowser, Tough Luck, and Trigger Snappy. Well played. That's a good night. All right. Have these auctions ended? 802, and they're still both going. Roller Brawl's up to 32.50 and Stealth Elf is at 126.50. So still got two auctions going. Obviously we're past 8 o'clock, so this is all sorts of overtime here. Everything's in overtime. But yeah, we're still going. Sully, how do you bid for a Skylander? You go to sclauctions.com. Yeah, make sure you have account created on the Skylanders character list site, and you can place your bids there. But we are down to the last two auctions at this point, so and they're getting up there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Shadow Wolf, have a good night. Enjoy the movie. Yeah, Chris, I mean, nothing is out of the realm of possibility. I just think it's less likely, especially, like I said, without there being an active franchise around it. Like, they're not putting out new content. Like, if they would come out with a new game, I think it'd be much more likely. Yeah, Troy, lots of crazy overtime tonight. Roller Brawl's up at 34. Oh, Stealth Elf ended at 126.50. 126.50 for Stealth Elf. So congrats to the winner there. And Roller Brawl is going to be our final auction to end here. I did not see this one coming, but currently at $34. Coda, have ever auctioned items that people didn't buy after getting them the first time? Yeah, so yeah, like if you're saying like no bids were placed on the item the first time. So like if nobody bids on an item, I will usually relist it. I used to do it immediately the next week and then the next week after that. But now we've gotten to a point where so many people know about the auctions that it's rare that an item doesn't sell. Um, so when it does happen, I usually release the item, 2 or 3 weeks later, just because I have a lot of items to list as well. But just to give it some breathing room and say, hey, maybe people who weren't here this time, um, Yeah, okay. Bids were put on the item, of the person never bought it. So if that's the case, if the people don't pay, technically, according to the rules of the auction, you have 3 days to pay. If you don't pay, I usually send out a reminder. Um, and you know, basically, like I provide some leeway, especially if I know you and you've placed orders before and you've paid for things before. Like I'm willing to work with you. Now if you tell me, "Hey, I just bid on an item and I need 3 weeks to pay," I'm like, "No, sorry, I'm gonna go to the second highest bidder." And that's what'll happen. Like your high bid will be deleted, and I'll go to the second highest bidder. Um, Same kind of thing. Like if someone doesn't pay within 3 days or whatever, and I don't hear from them, like it's going to the second highest bidder. So yeah, that's basically how it works. Um, if the second highest bidder doesn't want it, then I usually, instead of trying to track down the third highest or the fourth highest bidder, like I usually will just relist the item at a later date. But yeah, so I know some people occasionally get emails from me saying, "Hey, here's an item you didn't know you won." It's because they're second highest bidder and the first bidder didn't pay for it. So it happens. Thankfully, not often, but it does happen. All right. Is Rollerball done yet? I think we're all just kind of chilling out, waiting for Rollerball to end. And nope, still going. 37. Rollerball's up to 37. Like I said, definitely way more interested in that than I imagined. Kobe, have a good night. Yeah, Coda. There very well could be some items from previous auctions that haven't sold yet or haven't officially been paid for or whatever. Um, it's most likely I just haven't gotten around to relisting them then. If there's something in particular you're looking at, feel free to contact me privately and we can talk about it. And I can look into any specific items further. But yeah, let me know. All right. 808. Are we done yet? Yes? No? No. Nope. Still going. 38.50. Roll the ball just slowly creeping along, bit by bit, 50 cents at a time. It's a good thing I brought a drink tonight. Is it still going? Yes. This is it. Are we done yet? We're not done yet. It's up to $40. Sonia, I like Roller Brawl a lot, and that's been my answer sometimes to, like, who do you wish, got, like, a series 2 or something? Like, I wish there would have been more Roller Brawl, 'cause technically Roller Brawl doesn't even have a series 2, because her only other figure was in Superchargers when they reimagined all the figures, and so they kind of restarted, like, revamped them, and it's not a true series 2 figure. So, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, we are now in overtime, like, number 15. Make that 16. Rollerbrall's up to 41.50. See, the problem with Figure Focus for this is why I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue a Figure Focus past the Spyro's Adventure figures or the characters, because, like, you get to Rollerbrawl, okay, what do you have? Well, Rollerball is actually one of the better ones to talk about, because you'd have Rollerball Series 1, Supercharger, so Bone Bash Roller Brawl, Legendary Bone Bash Roller Brawl, Bronze Bone Bash Roller Brawl, and then you could talk about the Tomb Buggy as well. That would almost yeah. Like, that might like, she's one of the better ones actually to talk about because she has a bunch of variants. But there are so many of the characters from later games that were one and done. Like, they just didn't get a series 2, they didn't make it into superchargers, they didn't have variants. I mean, you look at, like, Swarm. Okay, figure focus on Swarm and go. Oh, we're done. You got Swarm. That I mean, it's, like, worse than Sunburn at that point. So, is this regular? No, this is legendary Bone Bash Roller Brawl. It has the box, so it has the sticker with it, but it's a damaged box, so it's all yeah. Troy, exactly. Same deal with Scratch. Scratch is a fantastic figure, a fantastic character. Figure focus. We're done. You got Scratch. That's it. She was released in a single pack, and technically it came out in a triple pack that no one ever saw because it was part of Wave 5, and yeah, that didn't happen. Do one video for all the one-offs. Yeah. Like, I just don't feel it'd be the same anymore. I'm not saying I'm not doing it, but I might almost need, like, a new format, um, if I'm gonna continue doing the figure focus stuff. Still going. Overtime number 18, $43. Like, this might be the worst part is they're just creeping along one bit at a time. No one's jumping up to say, "Hey, I'll pay $100 for it." Yeah, Punk Shock, I could talk about the packaging a little bit. Um, figure focus on winged Skylanders. That that's a lot of them. A lot of characters have wings. Figure focus on Swap Force. Like, I mean, yeah, if you go too broad and just say, like, I'm talking about Swap Force or all the swappers, like, then that video is gonna be, like, an hour long. Like, you gotta find that balance in there, I think. And I haven't thought about it enough to know exactly what that would be. Like, there's probably a decent solution in there. I just don't know what it is. Chaotic, they just don't want the stream to end. I I haven't even checked to see if, like, who's bidding on this is in the stream. A lot like, more often than not, the people who are bidding on these auctions aren't watching. Oh, there it goes. 44.50. 44.50. Roller Brawl is done. Done. That's all we got. So, maybe per element. Yeah, like I said, there's lots of possibilities. We'll see. We'll see. Protector, got Pop Fizz, Splash Splash. Had to drop out of Roller Brawl. Oh man. There we go. There we go. All right. Well, folks, thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a blast tonight. Like I said, time flies with you in the chat here. It's always a great on Friday nights. Good stuff going on. A lot of good auctions happening. And I had a great time, but it's time to go. I still got some testing and resetting and to get the video out for tomorrow's shop update. So shop update tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time. If you're looking for anything in particular, I know there's been a lot of talk about Trap Masters, people looking for Trap Masters. Like I said, there will be Trap Masters tomorrow, but you might have to be there on Saturday at the update time to get them before they sell out. Like, they go fast. That that's all there is to it. Subscribe, comment, like. Martin, you got it. All right. That's all I got. I'm getting out of here. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good week. We'll talk soon.